What's up, bitches? You're in the trenches with Jodi and Jensen. Long time no see, Jodi.
Yeah. We're still here. Sorry for your luck, but we're still here.
Still hanging around.
Right. You know, life just happens and things come up and we just can't always film every week.
Right.
So it's been 2 weeks.
Three. And listen, to the bitches that are posting podcasts every week, keep in mind they're getting like $10,000 checks from their sponsors or more.
Right. We
probably
would definitely
more.
Post at least 2 a week if we were getting sponsored by somebody.
Right.
Anybody?
Not today.
GoFundMe still available.
I'll give you my Zelle.
Right. Venmo.
We'll also take cash transactions.
Yes.
Cash at the door downstairs. Thank you.
Copy that.
Anyways, well,
but we're here.
We're here. Thriving, kind of.
We're here.
Absolutely.
Let's just keep it at that.
Amen. Anyways, Jodi, how have you been?
Busy.
Yeah.
Been busy. Oh, where are we recording from?
Wildfire Arms.
Right. Wildfire Arms has a little update. Mm-hmm. My hubby finally retired.
Yeah.
From his job at the Forest Service. So now he's just Wildfire Arms, and turns out he's also my part-time maid.
Yeah, and he's doing a damn good job.
He is. Like, he'll be like, listen, when you come home, you don't need to deep clean this or that. Let me do it. I have all week to do it. I need something to do when I'm not working on guns.
Yeah.
He's doing it.
And good too. You can see the vacuum tracks very evenly in the carpet.
Yes. He asked me, his first day retired, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, well, listen, the bed made every day, that will just really make me happy. He's doing that and more. And we had our granddaughter yesterday, and he was helping me clean something up, and I'm like, listen, we all know that presence is, that's my love language, but when somebody else is cleaning up,
acts of service.
Yes.
Yup.
Because I'm like, yeah, we're on the same page. Keep this shit clean.
Right.
So
I love that.
He's doing good.
Does he do topless services?
He does. He does.
I might have to rent him.
I told you I'm not sharing.
Right.
Jensen and I had an argument before we started. No. We're not sharing. But I really thought once he retired, I was going to be so pissed every day when I left to go to work and he stayed home. But it's actually working out.
Yeah. Because
he's just like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah. I love that.
And he's so relaxed. He is in general a relaxing person, but I don't know. It's a different vibe now. Yeah. I'm like, all right. Because I can go with the flow a lot. I can stay up late and get up and go to work. He's got a bedtime, but now it's all different because
he's just chilling.
He's not clocking in. He gets up in the morning when I do, and he comes out here to work out, which is a plus because that was going to make me mad if I was up getting ready and he was in bed.
Yeah.
So he's thriving, and I'm happy for him.
I love that.
Yeah.
And how long was he with the Forest Service for?
33 years.
That's literally longer than I've been alive.
Right.
Same. Way longer than I've been alive.
Same with me.
Right.
I'll hit it in a couple years, but
right.
I mean, to stay with the same job that long.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
That is a long time.
So, and he worked his way up to the top, and now he's retired.
It's crazy.
At an early age, so.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Gary, congratulations. We love you.
I am happy. I love you.
It's very cool. Anyways, what else has been going on?
Well, shit. Listen. So one weekend, we went to NASCAR. I don't know if we talked about that on one of the last episodes. Probably not.
I don't think so.
So my husband, he used to be a really big fan to watch it on TV, but then his driver retired and it really wasn't that big of a deal to him anymore. But he and my uncle, who passed away a few years ago, always, their goal was to go and camp out for the whole week because NASCAR goes to Phoenix twice a year. And I feel like it was a year or two after my uncle passed away. We got a camp trailer that worked out, that was nice and comfortable, and we got season passes, I don't know, something like that. So for March and November, we had the camping spot for a whole week, and he goes down, even before he was retired, he would go down on Monday, and I would usually meet him down there like Thursday or Friday. And it's just go down there. There's all kinds of, like, aside from the races, there's like little vendors and stuff. And listen, NASCAR is not my jam,
Right.
but it's something about being at an event in person. Like,
It's
football
hype.
games in person are different than on TV, and being there watching the race, I don't mind it. And we have these headphones and we can talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And he has something else that you can listen to the drivers talking to, like, their pit crew. So it's a whole experience.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
It's just fun to, like, get away. So we did that. And that was, I think I went down on Thursday, so I got to spend a little bit longer down there. And then we came home Monday. And then Wednesday of last week, my little Colty, my little grandson, his little leg was just hurting him, and that boy is always active. So if he's not moving, something's wrong. And my daughter took him to the hospital, and because it was just getting worse, ended up getting flown down to the valley. And a poor guy, like, he was in pain. He doesn't complain, but he was in pain, like his right leg and his right arm. And turns out that it's like this rare bone disease. We're waiting to, they have an appointment at the end of the month with the rheumatologist, but we're pretty sure that's what they're going to say. They have to do a full body MRI. Mm-hmm. They did an MRI of his hip and leg and arm when he was at the hospital in the valley, but now he's got to do a full body one just to see where it's at and what we do. But it was scary.
What, like, triggered it?
So that's the thing. Like, he was at daycare the day before, and he just started, like, crying, and they're telling Kylie, like, he didn't, like, fall, or we didn't see him, like, get hurt. And they were trying to ask him, like, how did it happen? And he couldn't tell him what happened either. So I don't know what triggers, like, we've just been calling it like a flare-up. I don't know. Could it be the weather? We don't know about all of that yet, but they had to put him under anesthesia for the MRI because, number one, adults don't like the MRI because have you ever had one? You go in, like, that little, like, tunnel.
Yeah. I've had a CT.
A CT. Yeah. So, and it takes like 2 hours. There's no way he's going to lay still for 2 hours.
Yeah, no.
And that's the first time that he's had a hospital stay like that, aside from when he was born and under anesthesia. So it was a little scary.
And he's 2.5?
Yeah,
3?
he'll be 3 next month.
Oh,
yeah, so
that's a lot for a little guy.
He's a sweet little guy.
He is really sweet.
Like, he's so lovable, and I would lay in bed with him, and he, like, when he hugs you, he, like, grits his teeth, like, I'm like, you about to rip my head off, or you really love me right now? And he would just say, Mimi, I love you. Like, just so sweet. And, so I drove down because they were getting flown in the middle of the night. I'd gone to dance, went from dance to the hospital, then came home to pack my stuff, and I was like, oh, bitch, you should shower. Mm-hmm. You haven't cleaned off that swass from dance class.
Right.
So I did that really quick. Gary stayed because we weren't sure what needed to happen with our granddaughter, and so I'm driving down there at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, that is probably the first time I really thought maybe I could fall asleep while I was driving. I was so tired. Drinking the Celsius, drinking the Monsters, everything. Had the AC blowing on my face to stay awake. But anyway, so, I mean, there's going to be some figuring out.
Yeah.
And he's home now. And I, overthinking is my superpower. Mm-hmm. I was convinced he had leukemia.
Oh.
Just in my mind. I'm just like, I feel like they find that in such random ways. Like, a kid goes in for something that you wouldn't even suspect, and then they're like, oh, by the way.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But Mimi's just crazy.
Yeah.
And,
just a little bit.
And listen, that gift shop was happy I was there.
Dude, you kept their lights on, I heard.
Yeah, I did that when Tatum, for like a year and a half, she had like, was it 6 surgeries in a year and a half?
Holy shit.
So I feel like the additional wing they added on, we paid for that. And I feel like they saw my card swipe and they were like, what?
She's back.
Yeah, what are we going to build now?
That Phoenix Children's Gift Shop's real grateful.
And because how do you walk in that room every time and not have something?
Right.
And he had like 10 balloons, I think.
Oh shit. Were they all from you?
No, probably 8. Because, or 7. Because I think 3 people sent him stuff, which was so sweet. Like, like his Aunt Kenny, Uncle Dilly sent stuff. Some friends just sent stuff. I think that's the cool thing that you can do. You can log on to their website and you can send stuff to their room.
Really?
Yeah. It's so cool. So even when Tatum was going through that and I couldn't always be there, every day, just send something. Just send something else. And
yeah.
So
that's cool that they have
when we
that.
left, we're like, what are we going to do with all these balloons? Like, so we told the nurse to just donate them to other kids on the floor because like they're brand new.
Right.
And she was like, oh, that's so sweet. So
yeah, that's cool. I love that.
So,
but he obviously got discharged.
He got discharged. The pain isn't as bad. He was a little cranky today, and I don't know. I mean, that's a lot for a little kid to be in the hospital and with the IV, all the things. So it could just be he's just
over
been
it.
away. Yeah, he was away from home, and he is such a routine kid. He needs his bed, black, quiet, sound machine. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
same.
like, so throwing him off his schedule doesn't work. But he's not, like, the pain is better. So
Poor little
just
guy.
scary. So that's just been like, I feel like I haven't been able to catch my breath. NASCAR, get back 2 days later, I leave and I'm just like,
You're tired.
hi, yes, this bitch needs a nap.
Right.
But this brain doesn't turn off, so I don't nap actually. But anyways,
fuck.
Damn. I'm a survivor. We're good.
Amen.
Everybody's good.
That's good.
I feel like I haven't seen you forever.
I know, it's been a fat minute.
What's been going on with you?
Oh, just new job. Hey guys, I'm no longer with
Jodi,
where we previously worked together. Nothing bad happened.
No.
Because anytime I've told people like I'm transferring to a different place, they're like, what's the tea? Like, what happened? I'm like,
no,
there's really no tea. It's just I got a job offer up the road at a spa. Not the tacky one, if you know what I mean. The nice one. It's been around for a long time, if you know, you know. I reached out about a potential position there, and then learned that it's a really great opportunity. There's a lot of money to be made, way more than at our place, and as my position as an esthetician. So I was like, I thought about it for a long time, and then I was like, you know what? I think it'll be good. So transferred, I've been training, and by the time you see this, it'll be past my first day. So cheers to a new journey.
When is your first day?
Wednesday. It's not tomorrow, but the next day.
So we're hoping it gets uploaded before then.
Hopefully. We'll see.
Yeah, so he left me.
I'm really sorry.
I missed his last day, but I got you a present.
Yeah, you did.
Show him. What'd you get?
Jodi got me cute little Stanley pint, the St. Patrick's Day edition.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah, it is St. Patrick's Day.
That's why I said.
Yeah.
I said wear green.
I don't have any green in my wardrobe.
I don't have green.
I hate wearing green. It looks great on you though.
Thanks. I want to pinch you. No, I have green on.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
Are you new here? Anyways.
Anyways, so Jodi got me this along with these very funny cookies that she had made.
Yeah, they were
I'll throw
funny.
a picture of them up on the screen.
They were pretty funny.
Anyways, let's see. They were so funny.
Yeah. Like, not everybody can take jokes like that.
No. It was so good.
Ew, Jensen, eat glass.
It's the good luck finding better coworkers for me.
Right. Good luck. It won't happen.
What the actual fuck? That was a good one. Oh, and get the fuck out.
Yeah. GTFO.
Oh, so funny. Anyways,
Yeah.
I'll throw a picture up on the screen so you guys can see.
So we've already covered this part that I'm a selfish bitch.
Right.
So we're trying to wish him well, but anyways.
Who's gonna be there
Still
to
salty.
eat all your snacks and drink all your water?
Right.
And
Right.
bug you
And my monsters and protein shakes.
Right.
And who's going to sing Blame It on the Rain or Girl, I'm Going to Miss You at the drop of a hat? Who's going to do that with him? Right.
I'll be so busy at the other place I won't even have
Okay.
time.
Anyways, we wish him well, but we're not breaking up.
No.
So
we're
anyways,
still in the trenches.
He's not allowed to leave the trenches.
No. Sealed in blood, really.
Right.
But yeah.
So-
new workplace. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. You'll do good.
I was sad to leave our place
right.
because
Change is good sometimes.
and not that it didn't work out. 'Cause
Right.
I learned
did.
so much
Right.
there, but
Yeah. Sometimes you just need different.
yeah, financially it was a better decision for me to
Right.
go to the other place.
So,
And I'm excited.
seems like he's going to buy me a present with that extra money.
What do you want? A Porsche?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
A pink one?
A pink one? A pink Porsche? All right.
Ooh, that would be hot.
Well, I'm gonna have to start working extra hours on the corner
Do
then,
it.
if that's the case.
Yeah. Let's do it. So what else have you been up to?
I'm trying to think. Nothing much, really. Just training at the new place and hanging out with Georgie Poo. I don't get to see him all the time because, we live far apart. So that kind of sucks, but
You guys went to the Renaissance Fair. That was fun, right?
we did go to the Renaissance Festival.
Oh, the festival. Yes. That was
Fair festival. Yeah.
fun. Tell me about that. Tell me.
Holy fuck.
Yep.
So, if you've ever been to the Renaissance Festival, or if you haven't been to the Renaissance Festival, they do, one of the big things is they do a lot of shows with all these different people, and a lot of them are like Renaissance characters, and they travel around to the country to all the different Renaissance festivals and do their
it's
shows.
like a big deal.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. And like a lot of them do this as their full-time job. Anyways, so one of the shows we went to, it was the Washing Well Winches. And if
love
you've
it.
ever been to the Renaissance Festival, you know
know.
who they are. They're so funny. It's these two women. They have these crazy outfits on, and they're dressed like wenches, obviously. What even is a wench? Like a maid peasant, if you will, from that time? Does that sound right?
Yeah. I think that's a good description.
Like a peasant, really. But they're really funny. Like, their whole theme and character is just like, they're out of pocket.
Right.
They're kind of dumb.
And it's all like interactive. Like they want
Yes.
the audience to be part of it.
Very much crowd work involved. Anyway, so they put on this really funny show. They're very eccentric. They have this crazy outfit on. They have their hair done all crazy. They put like black paint on some of their teeth to make them look like their teeth are missing. It's funny. Anyways, me and Georgie Poo were watching one of their shows, and they were doing some crowd work, and they picked some people out of the crowd, and they said, if you have a lover, raise your hand. And Georgie Poo and I were sitting next to each other, and he went like this to me and was like,
Which I'm
raise
so
your hand.
surprised.
Yeah, me too, because he's very like kind of
He's
more
reserved.
very reserved, not in a
Yeah.
bad way. He's just kind of more
just-
shy and
right.
introverted.
He doesn't want the attention.
Exactly, like he's not about the spotlight.
Right.
He made me raise my hand because he was like, you're a crazy bitch, you love attention, raise your hand. And I was like, fuck. So I raised my hand, and they were like going through the crowd, and then they pointed at me, and I was like, fuck. Anyways, they did this little contest thing. I don't know, they do all this crazy stuff. More of the story, I ended up they made me take my shirt off. Well, they didn't make me. She like turned off her mic for a second and like whispered in my ear. She's like, are you okay? are like,
Jensen's like,
they were like, are you down to
it
like
off.
take your shirt off for this next part? And I was like, yeah, for sure.
Jensen's like, do I have to leave my pants on?
Literally. And then she turned her mic back on so you can, you could hear her again. Anyways, I ended up taking my shirt off. There's probably at least like 100, 150 people in the crowd. There's a lot.
There were. That was a full house.
It was definitely, they're really funny. I can see why they have a full house. So I ended up taking my shirt off and doing this little skit with them. And what else? I looked like Magic Mike up there.
Right. When I'm watching this video and I'm like, are they going to ask you if you want to work there? Because this guy was in his element.
It was actually, I was a theater kid, so.
Yeah, you were not uncomfortable at all. You were working it.
Yeah.
Getting that rose out of her mouth.
Oh, yeah. She had the prize at the end of this little skit was you took the rose. You had to like do like a little performance. You got the rose and then you gave it to your lover in the crowd, right? Well, when it was my turn to grab the rose, one of the girls had it in her mouth. And I full on went in and took the rose.
And said, bet. Give me that rose.
Snatched the rose from her mouth into my mouth.
Yeah, but I'm sure that they were so happy. Because that's their job. They want the audience to interact. So when they get somebody that is really into it, it's got to make it so easy for them.
The more out of pocket and like shocking it is, the funnier it is. And like I had people like we kind of did that like first thing in the morning, and then all throughout the day we'd be walking. It's a big,
it is
like fair festival ground. Anyway, like we'd be out doing other things all the way at the other end of the festival, and people would like walk by us and they were like, you did so good, we saw you at the show. And I was like, do you want a picture? Like, do you watch the podcast?
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. That would have been perfect. Like, hey, stand in line right here, I'm gonna sign autographs. Jodi and Jensen in the trenches.
I should have had you on FaceTime right here so you could say hi to everybody.
That you missed.
I know.
You missed it.
I really did.
You missed it. I forgot. At NASCAR, Kylie's friend's mom, which I had never met, Kylie says, Mom, you're going to love her. She's just like you. And I'm like, but what does that mean? What does that mean? She's like, no, really. And she listens to the podcast. And I was like,
you're like, oh, fuck.
I called Jensen. I said, no, listen, we have an emergency. He's like, who died? No, listen.
Literally.
I'm here about to meet somebody that's listening to us. And I don't know if she just listens or if she watches it. And I've never met her, and I have to meet her on my own. Are you kidding me? But when I did meet her, we didn't have a lot of time to like talk about the podcast because she had her grandson there. I had my granddaughter, just a lot of like back and forth, which I'm okay with. Not like I need help. I need us both to deal with that head on. Yeah.
I had to deal with it head on the other night at the store. I think you were gone down in the valley, and I was in, that one store I went into, and that one lady was like, tell Jodi.
Yes, I went to school with her.
Yes, so I was in there the other night again. She
messaged me.
She did?
She's like, I told Jensen.
Yeah, so I ran into her again, and I was like, hey, girl, and she was like, I just got to tell you. I'm like, what? She's like, I love the podcast. And I was like, oh, thank you. Like, we appreciate it. And she was like, no, seriously, like, you guys, like, are so relatable. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Like, yeah, you guys are funny, but there's also a lot of stuff that's like, damn, I went through that same thing.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah.
And it was just cool. It was
Shout
fun.
out Alicia.
Yeah. And I was like, girl, if we've said anything offensive, I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, not even a little bit. She's like, keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
I wonder, I'm going to ask her, like, her hearing or watching me on this, does she think it's so, like, out of character for high school Jodi? Or is she like, I think she was a freak the whole time. Out. She just kind of kept it quiet. But yeah, she's so sweet.
Yeah,
so
she's cool.
She did. And
hey, girl.
So, we have fans at our favorite restaurant. Like, one day, like, a few weeks ago, we went there, like, 3 days in a row or something like that.
Dude, it was back to back.
It's just like...
big back to back, really.
It was a bad decision. And... they're just looking at us like, back again, back for more. And then...
I hope they don't think we're trying to get, like, a free meal out of it or a comp out of it.
I didn't say that.
No.
So. But I think they're just like,
Could you imagine
look,
us being...
they're trying to act like they're famous. I feel like maybe we'll go in one time and they're going to be like, that booth is reserved for you two.
That'd be kind of sick.
That would be cute.
That'd be kind of sick.
Be cute. And then, so my daughter and her friend, which are your friends too, they moved into a new place.
They did. It's
and
really cute.
We gave them a housewarming gift. We printed out a picture of us, gave them each one, and we signed it.
It's our little cover photo shoot
Yeah.
that you see on, it's our profile picture on like Spotify. Well, we got those physically printed out, framed them, and signed them.
Yeah, and basically just forced the gifts upon them. Like,
They didn't.
"Hi, here you go."
They didn't ask.
No.
They didn't ask.
And-
That's the thing.
So when I was ordering those pictures, what comes up are the little, is it 2x3?
Yeah.
Like trading card type things. Well, of course I'm going to print some out.
Like wallet pictures almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to print some out. So I did. One night we were at the gym and I'm like, oh, if we had those. But I didn't have them. So then the next time we went, we gave one
To our
to our instructor.
And she was like, oh, cool.
And I'm blaming it on him. He's blaming it on me.
Fuck? I'm like, this was your idea.
These are the things, like, even before we started filming tonight, we were just, when we always do like our sound check and all of that, it's like, why are we allowing the world to look at us? We should not do this.
No.
But then we print out pictures and sign them, and
That's your idea. And then all of a
Always.
sudden. Yeah, always. And then
Sure.
for some reason, I'm like, yeah, that's great. Let's keep doing that.
so
Somebody needs to tell us no.
nobody does though.
Like, do they
Who?
feel bad? Are they like, well, these bitches are handicapped. Let's just keep letting them feel good about themselves.
Like, I keep asking Gary.
Is that offensive?
And Gary's
If it is, I'm
"Yeah."
sorry.
Right. Gary's like, no, you guys are funny. But then
I hope so.
when we know, like, people we know are watching this, it's like,
When I get confronted in person, my immediate reaction is,
Right.
I'm so sorry.
yes.
I'm so fucking sorry.
Right. One of our friends from the restaurant found me on Facebook, and I'm like,
She
"Oh,
messaged
no."
you.
She messaged me, and I'm like, no. At first, I'm like, who is this Jensen? And I'm like, I look at her picture, and I'm like, oh, she's our friend from the restaurant. And then I'm like, and then she can like see my life and what? I'm sorry. Sorry about it.
At least we're not boring.
We're not boring. We're not boring. So, anyways,
Anyways.
we're still here.
Barely.
Coming at you. I know. That's all I have.
Yeah.
But we have more, clearly. But I think that's our recap.
Yeah.
Just busy, retirement, the baby, NASCAR. Oh, did I tell you what I got Gary? I guess it's part of his retirement gift. Tickets to a concert.
Oh, yeah. Was Asian Whore is
That's
one of their
the name
songs.
or Hooker.
Asian Hooker. Yeah.
The name of the band is Steel Panther. What? Listen, if you guys look it up, don't do it with your kids around. It's crazy.
This is some crazy shit.
It's like, yeah. Like,
I'll read off some of the songs you sent
Yeah,
me. I was
it's
actually
like-
kind of flabbergasted.
right. It's like
Right.
heavy metal. Like, you hear it and you're like, oh, they can play. And I mean, they can sing too, but these songs are crazy.
Wild.
Like, the fact that my innocent little husband is listening to this, what?
I'll just go down the ones
Yeah.
you sent me.
Let's hear them.
Glory Hole. Asian Hooker.
Yep.
Poontang Boomerang. Poontang Boomerang is crazy.
Like, isn't that illegal? What is happening?
It won't suck itself. Weenie Ride. Always gonna be a hoe. Valid.
Okay. Did they write that about us?
I don't.
Okay.
Right. I like drugs. She's tight. Okay.
I don't.
Gods of Pussy. Wow, I'm gonna need to
Like,
go read John 3:16 after that one.
right.
Right.
And he's like, listen, I've heard your rap songs. No better. And I'm like, trying to think. He's like, that one that says, beat a pussy up. And I'm like,
Right.
like, And I know, especially a lot of the older rap songs I listen to can be offensive, but for some reason it sounds different. I don't know. This is some crazy shit. Like a couple months ago, he told me, "Oh, they're gonna be down in Valley in concert." He's like, "You probably wouldn't want to sit through that, right? Because I'm obsessed with concerts." But I'm like, "Ain't no way. No, I'm not doing that." Well, when we were at NASCAR, I wake up in the morning checking my email. Ticketmaster knows I'm a sucker, sends me an email, "Hey, you can still get these tickets." And I'm like,
Fuck.
he would really love that. So I do it, and then I just keep thinking about it. I'm like, I make horrible life choices. Like, the more I look at these songs and listen to the lyrics, I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How am I going to sit through, at least 2 hours?
That's a lot.
At least. And it's in a smaller venue.
What venue is it,
Marquee Theater.
Where's that?
I don't know if it's in...
So you have to sit through Gods of Pussy and
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Boomerang and
She's tight.
Glory
and that
Butthole.
Asian whore. Like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
Why? Like, cheap hookers? Huh?
Like, I'm trying, because I really do love concerts, but I'm like, how am I going to get into it?
Is it like, wah, blah, like that kind of?
Yeah. Well, not that deep. It reminds me a lot of, hair metal.
Like AC/DC?
Kind of, yeah.
And like Metallica?
Not as deep as Metallica. Like in between Poison.
Okay.
Maybe Motley Crue, Little Phil, but these
more
songs.
more vulgar.
Yeah,
the fuck?
Tell me how I'm gonna do this.
Xanax? I don't know.
Please send me some.
Right.
This is not me asking for pills, but
we're asking for pills.
Send
some my way too while you're at it. It's fine.
He's like, because he never gets a concert t-shirt. I always do. He's like, this will probably be the only concert I get a t-shirt at. I can only imagine what's going to be on it. And this will probably be the only one that I don't get one from, because what's it going to be?
Probably
it's
some
going to be so...
some girl bent over
yes,
showing her cooter. I don't know.
right. And
really really skanky thong and one lip hanging out, and the dudes are in the background
right.
Yeah.
I don't
talk about hookers and blow.
And then my husband, and you're like, really? Yeah. You a freak, right? Yes.
Right.
So
get it, Gary. Fuck it up.
I should get an award for being a pretty good wife, because I really am getting more concerned as it's getting closer. We only have a few days before I have to figure out how to stand there. And it's general admission, so you're standing.
Yeah.
I've tried to get the balcony, because you could get balcony seating, and that's where the bar was. And my receipt says balcony seating, but then when the tickets come over, it just says general admission. So I'm like,
you could probably go to the balcony if you wanted then, right?
It doesn't say anywhere about that on the tickets, but it did on the email. So I don't know, but we're just gonna be there, and I'm just gonna be
just make the best of it.
Love this,
right?
So pray for me.
He's gonna be like, she's tight as fuck.
Right. I'm definitely
Asian pussy.
Yes, I'm like, you, and I know that he listens to it a lot, because I'll come into the shop and I'll be like, what is this song? And he'll be like, Steel Panther. And I'm like,
the fuck?
What? You need to find Jesus. What are you doing?
Right.
So,
I don't know. Steel pastors after that one.
Yeah, I just outed him. So all of you pray for him, please.
And us too, while you're at it.
Right. People expect it from us.
Speaking of pray for us, have you ever had people be like, I'm gonna pray for you?
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Depends on... That just made me feel like, fuck you. You're saying it condescending.
That's what I'm saying, because some people are all about it, and some people are don't ever fucking say that to me.
Right. But it's different. My little dance group, they've been worried about little Colty, and we're praying for you. I love it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They sincerely mean it.
Yeah. it's so sweet because they would just randomly, hey, is there an update? Hey, what's going on? And I'm like, these really are my people.
Yeah.
Like, I've known them for a year and they're my people.
Yeah.
So I love that. Thank you, girls. Thank you, queens.
Hashtag dancing queens.
I know.
I feel like it's really similar to like, bless your heart.
Yes.
And like, bless your heart, you know?
Right.
Like it can go either or.
Like if somebody came up and was like talking about this podcast
and was like I'm gonna pray for you.
That means they don't agree with our life choices,
right.
And they're trying to get us out of the trenches.
Right.
But if they're genuinely meaning it in a nice way, I want all the prayers.
Right.
I need them. We all do.
Hallelujah. Amen.
Right. So, and for Saturday night, please.
Oh, that's this Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That's why I'm like, no, I'm counting down the days. Like, when I stayed at Caitlin and my daughter-in-law's house when I was in the Valley. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling them about this. And they're like, wait, who is it? Pull it up. Start playing the songs. And they're like, excuse me, what? Caitlin's like, Dad listens to this? Yeah, he does. And so they're even nervous for me. I'm like, can one of you go with him, please? And anybody.
Can I swap my
Anybody
ticket?
want a free ticket?
Right.
You don't have to pay. I'll pay you.
We're doing our first giveaway.
Yes, I'll pay you to go.
Steel Panther ticket.
Woo-woo!
Comment down below.
Right.
Give this video a thumbs up. Share with 3 friends and
you get to go with Gary to see Steel Panther.
some random asshole lady that wins. He's like, hey Margaret.
We'll buy you a t-shirt too.
Yeah.
But how about that giveaway? Can we get past 69 followers?
If you're in the trenches, probably not.
Probably not.
Like, the trenches, 69.
Right. My husband thinks it's a great number. Listen, He's not a 16-year-old boy, but he acts like it. But listen, can we ever get to 100? Please.
We're trying. We're trying.
Just subscribe.
Rome wasn't built in a day. We are going to do a giveaway, though, if we hit 100. I don't know what. Jodi says we can't give away one of her Stanleys, so I guess we're not doing that.
No, because Jodi did that once.
You did?
Uh-huh. For your sister.
I'll have you know, she uses that bitch every day, so it went to a very good home.
And I've only met her on FaceTime, and I love her, so...
Dude, my sister, a fucking great-ass time.
Yeah.
Can I show you this picture of us when we were little?
Yes.
It's actually really wholesome.
How much older is she than you?
She's 9 years older than me.
Like, she seems like a good time. And I've just talked to her on FaceTime, so I'm glad it went to a good... Oh, so cute.
I think that was her 11th birthday.
So cute.
That's me!
Well, Jency.
Should I throw up the picture?
You should. You're going to have to.
Yeah.
Throw up the... Is this episode going to be about throwing up the pics?
Oh,
I mean...
Yeah, let's get into that segment. Okay, so I had a thought the other day. Pardon me. I was scrolling through my camera roll the other day, and I stumbled upon this ratchet-ass, skank-ass picture that Jodi took of me. I don't even know how to describe it, but it was fucked.
And you wanted me to take it. Yep. Yes.
That's the sad part of it all.
Yes, he did.
Anyways, so it popped into my head. I was like, wait, what if we did a segment on the podcast where you picked like 3, because Jodi and I have ratchet ass pictures of each other. You take ratchet ones of me, I take ratchet ones of you. They're just fucked.
Yeah.
I was like, well, what if we did a little segment on the podcast where we showed our top 5 or 3 pictures, ratchet pictures that we have of each other?
It's good blackmail.
It really is. Let's get to looking. So if you're an audio listener on Spotify, just hop over to YouTube right now, because these are really they're grand.
Like, listen, in my defense, this bitch would take advantage of me while I was getting a nice little facial, and I would just be like, can you have me my Stanley? I'm thirsty. I need a drink.
Oh, of course I'm throwing that
and
one
I would
up.
be like, listen, you're not taking pictures, right? No.
Dude, I have so much. Of course he was. I have so much dirt on you. It's crazy.
I know, and I at one point was like, I need to put all of these in an album.
Right.
But then I didn't get far, so they're all over the place.
Right. Okay, I found my first one.
Okay.
Okay, you go first. Fucking, are you kidding?
Just like
I'll throw them all up on the screen, of
going
course.
to town eating a caramel apple. Like he is making that caramel apple.
Why does my face
bitch.
look so huge, too?
Like, he is just making that caramel apple his bitch, and it's like stringing out of his mouth.
Are
that
you
caramel.
kidding? That shit was homemade as fuck, too. That's so embarrassing for me.
You're welcome, because you have just probably more embarrassing than that.
I
of
can
me.
never return from that one. Okay.
I know which one it fucking is. No, I'm just a girl trying to get my eyelashes.
You're just a girl.
This girl trying to get my eyelashes lifted and tinted, and I was thirsty.
Yeah, you said, can you hand me my Stanley? And I said, absolutely. Here you go, babe.
That's what he does. But I like my fingernails.
Yeah, they look really cool.
I should do that again.
I like this. This is...
Like,
Who the fuck does that?
I had no control over
God.
that. Okay.
Right.
I bet.
Bet.
Jensen.
Oh, I have another one that I just thought of that's absolute gold.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm. You go next, though. I'm real excited to see what you got in store.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is a little... What were you doing? I
was trying to laminate my eyebrows, I think. Good.
You have like a
God.
sweatband on your head is what it looks like.
Listen, I really should have made an album so I could find these better.
I need to too, because there's the amount of photos we have of each other should probably be illegal.
Right, it's concerning at this point.
Right. I mean, people should be used to it at this point, but...
There's one of you that literally just...
Listen.
Brings my spark back.
Jensen, I'm going to blow it out. You don't need to have a spark if it's at my expense. How about that? How about that? Friends don't do that. Did you find it?
Not yet. Did you find yours?
No. Well, it's your turn.
I know, I'm trying to find it.
You should have definitely...
I found it.
I'm afraid.
Ready?
Stop it!
Who is this? Somebody come get their girl.
No.
What?
No, what did you take of mine?
I opened the bathroom door.
Because you had something of mine.
Oh, I think I took your... Did I
you have
take
my
your phone? And I opened the door to this. It's live, too.
Are you relaxed? And stab this way. Stab.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know. I think that's gonna land me straight in jail, okay?
Yeah, it really should, because holy
that's
fuck.
Too much, okay? I mean... I can't. That's too much, Jensen.
God, it's so funny.
Oh,
I have another one of you. I don't know if it's on my phone, but I know it's on my iPad. Remember when we were trying to take that picture that one time and I busted the chair?
yes.
Yeah.
Listen,
I found it! Okay, you go, and then I'll show you.
Uh-huh. Yep, looks like you posed for that. Yeah, you knew the camera was there.
I don't even have words for that.
I don't... Speaks for itself. You'll see.
Checks out.
You'll see.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Last one.
I can't.
Like, in what world? This is historic.
Did I spit out my drink already?
I don't know. Like, I just remember you screaming because I broke the chair, and the camera got it at the perfect time.
Oh my gosh, that That was too much. I'm like, this is not real life right now. The chair broke.
Fuck.
And I just taken a drink and I'm trying to keep my composure. No.
Nope.
There was no.
No.
There was no composure happening.
Oh, this is an honorable mention.
Is that 5? Your sunglasses.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna have to go back, favorite all those, and send them to me.
Yeah, because I don't know. This might really be like, people might be like, okay, they're a bunch of freaks, and
right.
That's why we have not subscribed. Could be. You never know. What is that face?
The sun was in my eyes. That's terrible.
Not that deep, is it?
Is that the night I used like all your Medicube?
Yes, this bitch. I had just got my Medicube in and he wants to try it. Like all of it.
I did use a heavy amount.
Yeah, you lost the little scooper for the jelly.
I did?
Yeah. I don't know where it is. Like, I don't know what you were doing.
Well, I was... Mm-hmm. Ew, why do you have so... That's literally how I feel every day. Walking like a goddamn school office front desk lady, literally.
Anyways, I don't think anybody asked for pictures, but we got them.
We got him. You're welcome.
We got him. So, anyways,
what? You wanted to talk about serial killers, right?
Oh my gosh! Listen.
Laura Geller.
Nope,
She's
it's
insane.
makeup. Okay.
Right.
Listen. Did you ever look her up?
Totally. I didn't. I really did forget her name.
Lori Vallow. Well, Daybell, because she did marry that guy.
Lori Daybell Hutra Gandra?
Nope.
Ew, what the fuck?
That's her. So listen,
Dude, what happened?
I know most of our listeners are going to know about her. So
Lori Vallow Daybell.
Yeah, it started during like COVID. They couldn't find her kids. And rewind.
Let's read the description first.
Okay, read it.
On May 12th, 2023, Lori was found guilty of all charges relating to the killings of Tylee, JJ, and Tammy. Are those her kids?
JJ and Tylee are.
Okay.
Tammy is her current husband's wife.
Oh.
Not even an ex-wife.
Got it.
Okay.
On July 31st, she was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. On May 30th, 2024, Chad was also found guilty of all charges. Now, who's Chad?
Yeah, Chad is her current husband.
Got it. Okay, give us the lore from the beginning.
So, it's like Cliff Notes. Like, she's just a crazy bitch. Like, she'd gone through husband after husband.
She looks crazy.
Yeah. And the reason why it's all being brought up is because she just recently did an interview from jail, and it's like with the Dateline guy, like he's trying to be so nice to her, and she was getting mad at him, but he even says, I knew I needed to be calm or something like that, or she would not talk. But anyways, so I think it happened like during 2020, they couldn't find her 2 kids. She, right before that happened though, her husband that she was married to, her brother killed him. He said it was in self-defense. It was all like sus from the very beginning because... So
Lori claimed that her brother killed her husband.
Yeah, her brother did it. He called the cops and he said he did it in self-defense because... I can't remember the husband's name, hit him over the head with a bat. And so he shot him in self-defense. But the guy didn't have anything to his head. Like, no marks, nothing. Anyways, and Lori's brother did not. And I don't know, a couple months before this went down, Lori's husband, had like called the cops and was just like I don't know where my kids are. I don't know where she is. She's being weird. She keeps saying that I'm evil spirit or something like that. And he changed his life insurance. She didn't know to not go to her. Anyways, so this happens, like, she leaves as this is happening, takes her kid to, the kids are still alive then, takes her kid to like Burger King or something, and then takes him to school, comes back, and like there's videos of her like kind of laughing, like, oh, we're new in the neighborhood, now they're gonna be like, oh, why's the cops here, like, haha, like, just so chilled, like, not like, why the fuck is there a cop, an ambulance at my house, like, let me through, what's going on, just like crazy. So she had met this guy named Chad Daybell, who she's married to right now. He's from Idaho, and it was like, he's one of those like Mormon people that like stepped away but made his own type of religion, I think, thinking the last days were coming.
Oh boy.
And he was kind of like in charge of who was gonna be the one saved on earth, something like that. And there's text messages between them, and there's one message just her saying he changed the beneficiary on the life support, or on the life insurance. So obviously it was done a lot for that to get the money. And then they start talking about the kids, and she's saying how they're possessed, and they talk about the demons. They're calling the kids like different names, like weird shit. And
so Lori claimed that her kids were possessed.
And
okay.
Chad, so she went up to Idaho and she met him there, and then just got like, she was crazy before then and just got like sucked in, like she drank that Kool-Aid. And then like the kids are just all of a sudden missing, and the way they kind of found out, are we done?
No.
Are we over time?
No, you're good.
Was JJ, her son, was actually her adopted son. So it was her, I don't think they ever got a divorce, but it was her husband that died. It was his brother's son or grandson.
Okay.
And they adopted him for whatever reason. And so JJ's grandparents had been trying to get in contact with her, like, so they could see him, nothing. So they sent the cops to do a welfare check, and it was just like weird. She was like, oh yeah, he's in Phoenix with my friend. And then she calls her friend to say, hey, yeah, the cops are going to call you. You can just say that he's with you. Like, and I guess before this, the friend was kind of like believing all of the things she was saying, but then she's like, wait, why am I trying to cover up for you? So all of this turns out, like, you know, obviously she's lying. They go to Hawaii, like they're just on vacation, and everybody's like, where's the kids? Like, and they're just acting like nothing. So Chad had a wife at the time, and she just happened to die in her sleep.
Oh, right.
Just, you know, and he didn't want an autopsy done. He was like, oh, just natural causes, blah, blah, blah. And like, I can't remember how many days before she died, Lori ordered their wedding rings on Amazon and a wedding dress before the wife was even dead.
What the fuck?
And it was a short time after they went to Hawaii and got married. And then, you know, the cops get involved, all that stuff. Well, it actually turns out the wife died of like strangulation. And that's why he didn't want an autopsy done. And come to find out, the two kids were buried in the backyard of his house.
What the
The daughter was, they like dismembered her and burned her. The little boy, I think they suffocated him, wrapped him up in a bag and stuff. Like, and so she had an older son. He's like, I don't know, maybe late 20s, early 30s. And she tells him that she walked in and Tylee had killed the little boy because she got too rough with him or something, like blaming it all on her. And then she killed herself because of it. Like blames it on the daughter.
Right.
Like,
even if that
crazy.
did happen,
Right.
you didn't say anything and you just buried your kids in the backyard.
But
that makes me sick to my stomach.
Right. And so she's in this interview, like, just smiling, and I'm like, what kind of crazy person are you? And she said something like, Jesus goes to visit her in jail, and Tammy, the wife that got murdered, she's not mad at her. She comes to visit her too. She understands that there was a bigger plan, and like all of this crazy nonsense. She has no remorse. She thinks she did that because they were possessed. And she still thinks that whenever the world ends, whenever Jesus is back here, he's going to save her.
Well, hopefully that bitch gets beat to smithereens in prison.
Like, just that grin on her face.
You just
Gary
wanna
and I
punch
are
the
watching
fuck
it.
out
We're
of
just
her.
looking back and forth like, are you kidding me? Like, how can you live with yourself? Like, it's horrible. Horrible.
I hope she gets beat up in prison.
So do I.
Like, real bad.
So that just made me like, because I think it was just a week or so ago we watched it, and I'm like, how are you that person?
That's
You got to be fucked up.
fucked up.
Right.
So bad.
So she thinks she's just gonna be saved, and like she just had that like snarky grin on her face, and the
Ooh, I
was
just want to fucking fuck her up right there.
And you could tell he did, and then he would try to play into her to get her to keep talking, and she only had 1 hour, and that was the only interview she was gonna be allowed to have. So because now she's back in Phoenix to be tried for the murder of her husband.
Is she in Florence?
No, she's in Maricopa Women's
Oh, fuck.
whatever. Should we go visit her so we could tell her? No.
Then we'd be in prison for... Yeah.
I mean,
We'd be in prison for fucking a bitch up.
yeah.
Big old
like-
rent straight to the knees.
Like,
That's a little graphic.
could you imagine being a guard at that prison?
That'd be so hard to not just go in and
to not just like
fuck that bitch up.
like punch her every day. Good morning, bam.
Right in the
Like,
fucking nose.
right. Like,
That is so graphic. I'm
How-
so sorry. Like,
No,
I'm not a violent
sorry,
person,
that's
but
what I want to do to her.
fucked.
Yeah. No remorse at all.
No, she deserves everything bad
Right.
to happen to her.
Like, she's not just like sad crying. She's just like smirky, and she's gonna get out, and she's upset because people still call her by her ex-husband's last name and not Daybell, who she's currently married to, and we'll get to have our honeymoon. And I'm like,
Right. You're not getting out of prison.
no.
There's no... You're in there for life.
Yeah.
You have no possible chance of parole.
Right.
And your husband has the same imprisonment sentence.
Exactly.
So where
It
do you get off, bitch?
Right. And they have all of these text messages to implicate them. Like, and then her brother died of a heart attack. At first they were like, is this or not? But it was natural causes. But he was part of it too. Like, one of the
Really?
officers was like, oh, I'm so mad that he died before we got to give him the consequences for his actions. But
Yeah.
like, crazy shit.
Well, I hope she's getting lesbian gang banged in there.
So do I. But she probably likes it because she's a freak.
That dumb
Anyways,
bitch.
Right.
Anyways, hopefully she's getting what she
Yeah.
deserves in there.
Do you like documentaries about stuff like that?
Every once in a while I'll watch them. I really got sucked in when the Jeffrey Dahmer series came out.
Seriously, that's
I watched both of them, like the live tape interviews
Yeah.
and then like the one with what's his name? Ethan, no.
where he's doing his little dance.
Yeah. Evan Peters. I think that's his name.
I don't know. But, like, how can you not play that part and not always be Jeffrey Dahmer? Like,
Dude, he did really like
it was so good.
It was kind of disturbing how
Right.
good he was.
Like, he needs therapy for life after playing that role, I
Right.
think, because he got into characters
real
so good.
He even looks like him too, kind of.
Yeah.
Especially once he puts the aviators on. That shit was
He did.
crazy.
Yeah.
He died in prison. Yeah, they killed
Yes,
him in prison, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Like,
That fucker was weird.
So many.
If I was remember his neighbor?
Yes.
The lady that lived next door to him, and she was like, called for years that shit was going on there, and they never believed her.
I don't know.
And they're like, yo, this fool next door to me is fucking weird.
Right.
My house smells like a rotting corpse.
Okay, bitch.
Yeah.
Right. Like, she should sue somebody.
Yeah.
For mental anguish. Is that still a thing?
I think so. Emotional neglect. I think they might have brushed it off. I don't know. I could be reaching. But, like, wasn't it the 70s that happened? Like,
I think.
Like, the 70s or 80s. And that was still, like, when the civil rights thing was, like, it already happened, but, like, there's still some sort of, like,
I don't know.
Unlawful, like, segregation.
I'm trying to remember when it...
There's still some racism going on, like heavy racism, and she was black, and all the cops were white, so they were just kind of like, you're whatever.
Right, because he could have been caught
a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Could you imagine living next door to somebody and you're like, I'm pretty sure he's killing people?
No. And then to smell that, I can't even.
Remember the scene? I don't know if this happened in person, like if this really happened or if it was just for the show. It was probably real because they got it all pretty accurate as far as I know. When he brought her over the sandwich.
Yes.
And it was human. It was, yeah. And he knew that she was kind of on to him.
Yeah. So
he was like out to get her. Yeah. And she was like, I'm not fucking eating that.
Right.
Yeah.
How couldn't she think he was fucking crazy?
He was fucked.
Like, it was, I don't know.
It's crazy to wrap your mind around. Like, you watch it and you're just like, it's so demented. Like, that's not even real.
Yeah.
It's almost like the Saw movies. Like, obviously, like, Saw is not based on a real story. It's just somebody's fucked up mind thought of that.
Right. You're like,
put it into
so
production.
Made up.
But, like, the fact that was real and that actually happened and these were real, like, victims and they had families. Like, could you imagine?
No. Like, what is it? Ted Bundy? He was another serial killer. Like,
yes. Was he the one who killed all the girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, in just normal fucking person.
Or like John Wayne Gacy.
Yes.
Remember him?
Yeah. All the, because I watched all those.
He was the birthday clown, yeah. Oh God. He had all the bodies buried under his house.
Like, what
the fuck?
What? I don't know. What happens?
And I'm just shook that they're smart enough that they're able to
not get caught.
Yes.
For
like
so
how
long? Right. Like, normal people like us, we think we're going to kill somebody, but we're like, how do you not get caught? Right.
Right. Not that I want to kill anybody,
no,
but like,
but like, they've got, how long do they plan this out?
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's got to be pretty planned out, I would think, because they should have gotten caught so many times before. I mean, people after people die. Years go by before these people get caught. Yeah.
And it's just the dude next door.
Yeah. It's always the one next door.
Have you ever seen The Lovely Bones?
No. When it came out, I remember my Aunt Jamie saw it and she was like, don't watch it. You will lose your mind. Because I was always a psycho. I always thought one of my kids were going to get kidnapped. So still to this day, I haven't watched it.
Okay, it's fucked up, but it's actually a really good movie. It'll make you cry.
Should try it.
Do you know what it's about?
Yeah, doesn't he kidnap the girl and then he kills her?
Yeah, so it's this... Yeah. So I think they wrote a book about it. I think there was a book before the movie. Anyways, it's about this girl. She's like 14. And her neighbor that lives down the street from her, he's like this middle-aged dude. He seems really normal. He's like a fucking creep. Anyway, he's a serial killer.
He looks like a pedophile.
He does. He's got the mustache and the glasses and the cul-de-sac hair. Anyways, so he kidnaps her one day or lures her into this like little dungeon he made in like a cornfield. And he's done this for years to other girls. He kidnaps her, kills her, cuts up her body, throws her in a safe, and her spirit is like stuck between heaven and earth, and her spirit feels like she can't move forward until he gets caught. So throughout the years, her spirit is like helping her dad to try and like figure out who killed her, because nobody knows what happened. Like, she just disappeared one day. They found like that little dungeon thing, and then all the blood, and they had been looking for the killer ever since. And it was just the dude right down the street.
How many did he kill? Did they ever find out?
Yeah, it was like at the end of the movie, her spirit like kind of goes like through a timeline of like all the different girls he killed, and they were like young girls too, between like 7 and like 15.
And this is based on a true story?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I remember it was a big thing, and I used to read a lot of books back then too, and she was like, don't do it.
No.
Right, and I'm like, okay, I'm not.
Maybe not watch it. It's real. If you need a good cry and a good just like,
I don't know. Like, just when it would come out like on a commercial, I would be like, I couldn't like hear it, and I saw the guy once, and I'm like, can't.
Yeah. It's sad.
That was one of my biggest fears, is when my kids are going to get kidnapped. Like, we would go anywhere, and I would always just be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, because that's how easy it happens too.
Yeah.
Like, when Gary and I took them to Disneyland, it's always just like, okay, where are you? Where are you?
Always a head count.
Yeah. Because I can't, like, I could not even imagine. Like, that's gotta be the worst feeling, because they're out there. Somebody else has them.
They say that the average person walks by at least, I think it's 3 or 4 serial killers in their lifetime without even knowing it. Like, just walking by them, like in the store, or like just down the road. Isn't that fucking nuts?
That's why I don't even want to go in the stores anymore.
That's why I think I experienced Sonder so much, because I'm like, who are you bitches really?
Saunders wondering if they're a serial killer?
Not like specifically a serial killer, we're just like wondering what their life is like.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Speaking of that, when we were in the valley...
You had Sonder?
No, didn't. We went to Walmart, Caitlin, Kylie, and I, and like, it wasn't like the best part of town, but Kylie needed some stuff that she wasn't able to take down there with her.
Where was it?
Well, not far from the hospital, so down Thomas
and what?
Oh, don't ask me. It was dark and raining, and Caitlin was driving.
Okay, got it.
But it was a little sketch, and like, Kylie and I are looking at stuff, and then all of a sudden Caitlin's just like looking around. Get over here. And we're just like, what is happening, boss? Come here. Like, this guy, come to find out, he was with a girl and he seemed completely normal, but until he got with her, it seemed like he was on every aisle we were on. And Caitlin, like, if I would go to walk to look at something else, she's like, get over here. Like, so it turned into like a joke. I would like try to hide from her. She's like, Mom, get over here. Do you know where we are? And then I started paying attention, and I'm like, wait, is he following us? But then he ended up on the last aisle. His wife, girlfriend, whatever, was there, and it seemed okay, but we definitely left.
Right, but that's a real fucking
It is,
thing.
right. And as we're walking out,
they stalk
she's
you
like,
in stores.
stand right here. We're looking around, and I'm like, so I was happy we had little Caitlin there to take care of us.
I heard there's this crazy thing that sex traffickers will do. They'll like stalk you, and like when you're at a store or something, they wait under your car, and when you're about to get in, they like slash your Achilles tendon, and then they like slash like your ankles or something like that, to where you like fall and like you can't go anywhere. Or they'll put zip ties on your car door handle, and that's like them tagging you. So ladies out there, be aware, it is a real fucking thing. I lived down there, and there were weird ass people.
Right, I think about that.
Always don't live in fear, but just be very aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
Don't go out alone at night.
Right. I think that
know how to fight.
Caitlin's been down there for a while now, so I think she is super aware, which I'm happy for, because I mean, I knew it was like sketch, but I'm just not even paying attention. We're just like,
no, it's not like up
looking
here.
at this or that, and she's like, Mom, Kylie, get over here. I'm like, oh. So I'm glad that it's made her aware of her surroundings, but it's scary. Like when I was headed down to the valley by myself. Well, I had to stop halfway. Had to pee. I needed to get another energy drink. I thought maybe getting up, moving around was going to wake me up some. And it's just like, okay, I pull into the gas station. Like, I'm like, this seems sketch, but like, so did that one across the street. Because hardly, you know, there's lights on, but there's not the coolest people here right now. And I'm just like, well, fuck, I'm on Life 360. If they don't hear from me, they're going to see this was my last location. Like, I'm thinking this. I'm going in, I'm peeing, I'm backing up as I'm getting my drink. Like, you know what I mean? Looking around, I found myself doing that whole thing. Like, open the door, I'm looking in the second row, the third row, like, just, like, even though I know I locked it, but I'm like, it's just me.
Anytime I'm in the city, more like Phoenix, like actual Phoenix, because I've done, like, a lot of fashion shows over there, and then I always have anxiety, because I always have to, like, park on the street.
Right.
Because, you know, it's, like, street parking down there, and, like, it's just, I don't know, there's just so many sketchy-ass people everywhere. I always make sure to lock my car, like, 4 or 5 times.
Right.
Like, 5 honks, I'll be good.
Yes, at Caitlin's house, in her apartment complex, you know, they only have 2 spots.
Right.
So her and her wife get one, and then their neighbor doesn't use both, so they always text, hey, can she park here or whatever, and so Caitlin had to park down a little ways, but she's used to that. But like, we're waiting, I'm asking Liv, like, where is she? Is she okay? Yeah, she just has to park down the road. But that makes me anxious.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, when we were there, Liv, I think she might come up one time and go to, I call her Lizzo.
Lizzo.
Liv, anyways. She might go to Shine class with me because I've talked to her about it before. We were in Prescott once for a baby shower, and they stayed with us, and I'm giving her some dance classes. Because, you know, I'm so great at it.
Right.
Anyways. And so one of the nights when I was down there, while the baby was in the hospital, we were doing it, and they're like, yeah, you want to do it? You want to dance? Let me hear your playlist. So I'm doing it, and Caitlin takes a video. I'm just getting a little warm. It's fine.
Cheeks are turning a little red. Oh, no.
Somebody turn the heater on, that's why.
Right. Menopause is a bitch.
Fuck you. Not.
My heart goes out to all the menopause victims out there.
I'm not.
You're seen. I think you're brave.
You're going to be brave when anyways. So, Caitlin has a video. I'm getting it. Like, nobody dances better than me is the look on my face. And it's her wife and their 3 dogs. They have, like, their paws up over the couch. They're just watching me. Like, this is amazing. So the dogs think I'm cool. That's how cool I am. The dogs think I can fuck that shit up on the dance floor.
Yup.
I'm like, well, at least I got a little bit of a workout.
Yeah.
And then turns out she sent that video to some of her friends as well. So.
Are they yeah, never mind.
Yep.
Speaking of shitty moms, not you. That was a horrible segue. Not you. I was thinking about Lori Gallagher. What's her name? Delaware. Lori Bluebell. Laurel Gallagher. Laura Geller. Laura Valhucci. What's her name?
Lori Vallow Daybell.
That's a hell of a name.
Right.
She was my speaking of shitty moms. Not you. That was a horrible segue.
Right.
Anyways, speaking of those types of moms, have you heard of Ash Trevino? Okay. Let me give you some lore on Ash Trevino. I've been falling down a TikTok rabbit hole about her.
I hate when that happens because you're just like, I gotta watch more.
Yep, sucked in. Okay, so Ash Trevino, she is notorious, infamous really, for being a TikTok live streamer. So, starting out, she's known as an inmate hopper. So, she has 2 or 3 kids, I'm pretty sure. Her baby daddy died of cancer. And then she started becoming like an inmate hopper. Like, she started dating guys in prison. She started, like, I think she tried to get married to one, or did get married to one. Anyways, she used to work at a dentist office. And I think she quit because it was run by Indians. Like Indians, from India. And allegedly she claimed that she's not going to work for a bunch of Indians. So she ended up quitting her job there at the dentistry. and she started live streaming on like TikTok and Instagram. Well, people started noticing her and paying attention to her because of how much of a piece of shit she is, really. She's like a horrible mom, I guess. Like, she's making all this money from TikTok, and her daughters are like really embarrassed by her, and her daughters like don't even have beds, but yet Ash is buying like Louis bags and like all this shit.
What?
Yeah, I get allegedly, I don't know if this is true or not, it's just what I heard. The most amount of money she made from a TikTok live, she was only on live for like 2 hours or something like that. She made $12,000 just from people like viewing and sending her like gifts and stuff. And there's like, yeah, it's crazy. There's like no privacy of the things she talks about, and she's just like cringy and embarrassing to watch. Like, one of the things she always tries to like, she's Latina, but she always tries to speak Spanish, but it never sounds like Spanish. It's just like gibberish. And you know what, like, when people talk in Spanish, it's usually fast.
Right.
And you can like kind of hear it, you know, like the pronunciation. You can tell it's like Spanish, but when she says it, it's like not.
How does she still have her kids?
Well, she's in a CPS battle right now, actually. Every people like viewing her would call in about her and call CPS and be like, yo, this bitch is crazy. Like, for example, there was one time she was on live and she was like dancing on live, and her daughter came in the room and was like, Mom, I just threw up. And she was like, what? And she's like, I just threw up. And she like turned her back away from her daughter and like just kept dancing. And her daughters are like 13, 14, 15, like they're younger. And she infamously got really popular. She was dating this 19-year-old boy. She's 36, by the way. And starts dating this 19-year-old, and she just says like the most embarrassing shit. And
like, did he want the fame or what?
I don't know. His name's Santos, I guess.
Ew, Santos.
Yeah. And like, she always hangs out with like people that are like really young, like 19, 20.
Like, how is that the reason you want to get famous?
I don't know.
Being a shitty mom.
I don't know.
Ew.
It's really embarrassing to watch. And so I guess the kids' grandparents have them most of the time. She sees them like occasionally.
And so she gets paid because so many people view it?
Like, yeah. So
like, I want to watch it, but I don't want her to get any money.
Right. But people can't help but watch the shit show.
Right.
And
Ew.
like, yeah. Like, I'll show you like one. Let me find like a short clip of her.
So we could make money if people watched us on TikTok.
We could, yeah, but
we did make a cute TikTok, remember?
We did. It was pretty good. You guys should go watch it.
More views than the podcast.
So this is a TikTok. It's called Ranking Crazy Ash Trevino Moments.
They're calling me ugly. Baby, did you look at yourself before you called me ugly? What the hell?
Thank you, yeah.
Fuck that shit. They broke my fucking window.
I heard that.
Alright, guys, we are cooking with Ash. Okay, Ash, this is the meat.
What the hell is even that?
Vale más que te pasivas, cabrón. Vale más que te pasivas, cabrón. Vale más que te... My kids have Gucci beds. They do. With Louis Vuitton on top.
Hello?
They just egged my car. I don't know. The neighbor won't tell me who it was.
How do you know they did it?
Dad, there's eggs all over my car. I heard it. And the neighbor was outside, and I said, do you know who just left here? It's none of my business. Vale más que te calles, cabrona, si no te voy a chingar en tu cara.
Vale más que te pasives, cabrón, si no quieres te chingar en tu cara.
You wanna know how it smells? Ask Max. He knows it smell well. I'm just kidding.
That's one of her daughters.
Alexa, play Como la Flor.
Como la Flor by Selena from Pandora.
You're fucking me.
Vale más que te pasivas, eh? Vale más que te pasivas.
Does that sound like Spanish?
Háblame. vale más que te pasivas. Habla a mí, mensaje.
No, she's not a speaker.
Let me see. Let me see right now.
Ain't no way this bitch is famous.
Yeah, she's famous for all the wrong reasons. Well, she got banned off of Instagram because she flashed her tits, allegedly.
I have no words.
Yeah, me either. What else has she done that's just fucking crazy? There's a whole, like, rabbit hole about her.
Like, nope.
There's so much more to cover there. That was just, like, the tip of the iceberg.
I don't want to make her richer, but I want to watch because...
Yeah. It's just like, it's like a car crash you can't look away from.
Yeah, I can't. And I can't unsee that.
Yeah.
Cannot unsee that.
No.
Oh, okay.
Scoop my eyes out with spoons.
I appreciate that.
So go down that rabbit hole.
Go down that rabbit hole. Laura Geller,
Ash Trevino,
all the
Steel Panther, all of it.
Listen, no, really, you guys have to listen to at least 30 seconds of a Steel Panther song. And then...
When you sent me all those songs, I almost listened to one of them. Then I was like, I'm just going to spare myself because I don't even want to know.
I mean, I think you should listen to just a little bit. You'll be like, oh, I get how it could sucker you in because they, like, can really play the guitar and whatever else they're playing and they can sing. But then when you hear the lyrics, you're like, excuse me, what?
Pardon?
What?
I beg your finest pardon.
I'm not kidding you. One of them, sucky fucky.
Sucky fucky is crazy.
It's part of it. I'm like,
Are you kidding?
so we're just gonna,
Right.
to that.
I guess. Sucky one time. I don't know.
So, I don't know, but I just need you guys to, just
I'll
at
be
least
praying
look up,
for you.
Yeah. All the prayers, please. At least look up the lyrics or something and be like, yeah, she's the best wife because she's going to that.
Yeah. You'll have to send me Snapchats, please.
I will.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, do you have any parting words for the audience?
mean, thanks for still being here.
Thanks for giving us a little break. I got a Snapchat like a week ago begging, asking where our next episode was from our fans.
So that's what I told Gary. I'm like, we have to do it. I've been gone. He was gone. Like, people, there are at least two
that we know of for sure.
That we know of that want to see a new video. Mm-hmm. So,
anyways, well, here it is. Hope you guys are happy.
Yeah.
We love you all so very much. Be sure to subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow us if you're on Spotify. And get us to 100 subscribers.
Yeah. It's going to be a big party.
Yes.
Something big will happen.
Yeah.
Does not include my Stanleys, but something big.
Maybe we'll go get matching tattoos or something. That's crazy work.
We will.
Right.
Like this.
Yeah. Just hello. Mm-hmm. Right on my ass.
Yep. We'll like live stream it.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to see that, you know what you got to do.
Tune in, bitches. Hit that subscribe button.
Posty.
Peace, love, posty.
All day, every day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.